Hey guys, Brian Cade here with Cade Fit, and I help people get more out of their bodies and more out of their lives. In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to get fit and strong without getting bulky. You've probably heard now that strength training is really good for you if you want to lose weight, get in great shape, you need to be strength training. But you've probably also avoided it if you're a woman, because I hear all the time that I don't want to do that because I don't want to build too much muscle, or I don't want to get too bulky. I like the feminine look. And so you avoid the benefits with that fear of building too much muscle. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to avoid that problem. I used to say this myself, and I know other trainers who I've heard them say that women just can't get too much muscle. They don't have enough testosterone, so it's not going to happen. Or they'll be like, oh, those bigger competitors or physique competitors, they're on steroids, so it's not going to be something that you have to worry about. And for the most part, I agree. Most women can lift the weights and get really strong and not worry about looking too bulky. But there is a certain population of women who naturally just walk around and have more muscle than those who don't. I have a couple clients right now that without strength training at all in their life, they look like they have a decent amount of muscle. And so this could be a valid concern for them. Now, for me personally, I have trained for strength for a lot of my life, and I've deadlifted over 500 pounds at a body weight of 190 pounds. And so I've gotten fairly strong without getting too much muscle. I didn't really do this on purpose. Building muscle hasn't really been my focus, but I've done some things to sabotage myself. So there's ways of training without worrying about getting too big or putting on muscle. So you can still get strong without getting too big. After years of working through my own insecurities, trying what works and what doesn't, I've learned what works for myself and have been able to carry it over to my clients so that they can get stronger, better shape, and not build too much muscle, so they get the desired look that they're shooting for in the program. Most of the time I see people think that if you start lifting weights, you go into the weight room, you're automatically going to build muscle. However, the truth is, it's how you train that determines whether you'll build muscle or not. You can use weights to build endurance, build strength, build power, build muscle. Whatever you're using it for, you have to know how to train to get that effect. So it's not just that you touch a weight and you automatically put on 20 pounds of muscle. It's how you lift the weights. And what's even more important is your diet. Because if your diet isn't at the right point, you're not going to be able to build muscle. Okay, first off, what causes muscle growth? There's three primary factors that lead to muscle growth. It's mechanical stress, it's muscle damage, and metabolic damage. So now you know what the three causes are, but what does that actually mean? So mechanical stress is going to be the amount of overall tension in the muscle. So the squatting 300 pounds is going to have much more mechanical stress, the amount of tension in the muscle, than squatting 50 pounds. So as you get stronger, you're going to probably build some muscle. The second one is muscle damage, and that's going to come from your building volume, doing the number of sets that actually tear down the muscle, and doing slow and controlled movements like time under tension. So slow eccentrics going down is going to cause more muscle damage. And the final one is the metabolic damage. So that's like when you get the pump would be most associated. So if you're doing supersets back to back, very little rest, 12 to 25 reps, and your muscles feel like they're going to explode, that's the muscle damage, or the metabolic damage that builds up in the muscle that causes muscle growth as well. So those are the three primary factors. The key point, if you want to get strong without building too much muscle, is to keep your volume relatively low. Focus on keeping the reps, total reps, the work sets, under 15. So 3 sets of 5, 2 sets of 5, or 3 sets of 3 work really well. So you focus on getting stronger without building too much muscle. Yes, as you get stronger, some muscle will be built, which isn't a bad thing. But when you keep the volume low, it's primarily your brain-muscle connection that is getting stronger. Your brain basically tells, hey, you're only using 60% of your bicep during that curl, let's use 80% now. And so your brain learns how to use more of the muscle that you already have. And the final, most important thing is your diet. If you're not in a calorie surplus, it is really hard to build muscle. The other points of training are important. However, like I said, diet is the most important thing. If you don't have more calories than your body needs, it's not going to build muscle. In the beginning, maybe if you're new to strength training, your body may build muscle and burn fat at the same time, but that happens for a very short amount of time, usually about 4 to 8 weeks. After that, it gets pretty hard to build muscle. So, like I said, I've deadlifted personally up to 500 some pounds at a body weight of 190. And I haven't built that much muscle. And the primary cause is because throughout most of my time lifting, I've been afraid to get fat. I don't want to put on too much muscle, do a bulking phase, because growing up being teased for being overweight, that was a common insecurity for me. So I just avoided it. And so I sabotaged my own progress. I could have built more muscle because of that way of training. Because I didn't have enough calories, my body didn't put on muscle. And so if you're a woman trying to lose weight or get toned, strength train to keep the muscle you already have, but without the extra calories, your body's not going to put on the muscle, so you don't have to worry about it. One word of caution with that is, just as I was afraid to get fat by putting in too many calories, a lot of women have the same fear. They diet down, eat 12 to 1500 calories, lose weight, and then they stay there, and because they're afraid to get fat. And so your body adapts to that 12 to 1500 calories and slows your metabolism down. So you keep that 12 to 1500 calories, now it's maintenance. So if you ever eat 1800 now, you're probably going to put on body fat. So once you get to your goal, do add in calories slowly so you can maintain at the new weight. Imagine moving forward in your life and using the fear of getting too bulky to keep you from getting stronger. Where as you age, you're not able to run around with your kids or your grandkids, or you're not able to do the hobbies you used to enjoy. I have so many people come in and say, I haven't worked out in so long that I can't do all the fun things I used to. Or I don't have the energy to run around with my kids, all because they're afraid of strength training and getting those benefits. So instead, just realize what it takes to actually build muscle, and then monitor your diet so it matches your goals, and you're going to get where you want in life. So just take a small step, monitor your goals, and train in a way that gets you strong and fit without getting bigger. I'm Cade with Cade Fit. Once you get stronger, life gets easier.